Hello, hi guys, happy Sunday. I hope all of you had a lovely day, lovely weekend out there doing loads of viewings, putting in loads of offers, and I hope you're all enjoying your property journey. Now, I noticed that I've not provided an update on our progress on HMO. Hi Lee, I knew you were trying to watch yesterday when I was at the property, but something went wrong, so I don't know what happened there. I'm going to try again, second try this time. So week 4, 5, and we're now week 6 in our property. Now, I was not able to view the property in person on week 4 and 5 because I was out of the country, overseas for a job and work, but we have a really good project manager who's kept us posted with progress, sending us pictures, so all good, so far so good. Now the reason why I want to do this live video is because for the past weeks a lot has happened, and I've learned 3 key important lessons that I would just like to share with all of you, and I hope you all find these beneficial and helpful. Now, lesson number 1: plan, 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 and plan. I can't stress enough how important it is to plan, have a really good project plan in place. Now, one thing that's happened in the sort of past few weeks is we're trying to move the gas meter from underneath the staircase to somewhere external so that it doesn't stay within the property and it's easy for inspection and etc, etc. Now, we knew it was going to take a few weeks to get the gas company to come round and take it out, sort it out, etc. But it's definitely taken longer than we expected. The other thing that is quite frustrating is at the moment it is a prepaid meter. We've had to get it changed to a postpaid meter, but funny enough, the company wouldn't just change it straight while they're out there. They wouldn't just change it straight to a postpaid meter. They will come out, have to move the existing meter first, and then a few weeks later come back to change it to a postpaid meter, which then means that actually this all added another 2 weeks to our project. Hi David, say hello. So yeah, lesson number 1, always plan, because you never know until you actually come to dealing with the company and sorting little things like that. You wouldn't know. There are always surprises in there. So, make sure you plan as much detail as you can so that it doesn't cause delay to your project. It doesn't ultimately then cost you any money. Lesson number 2, always have contingencies. Always build in contingencies. Why did I say that? Building controls that have been giving us quite a bit of headache. One of the things that they've asked us to do is, I don't know if you guys have seen previous pictures, so part of the property is quite funny in that on the first floor of the 2nd bedroom it has a chimney breast, but actually downstairs there isn't one. So in a sense the chimney breast was sitting on the floor and not supported by a another chimney downstairs. So building control came around and said they wouldn't sign off on that because structurally it's not safe, and we knew that we're going to have to put in like a steel beam to support it, so that we've built that into our project cost. But the other thing that the project building control have told us to do now is to make sure that we actually insulate the chimney as well, so that it's airtight, and the reason being so that over time the steel will not get rusty and therefore cause any structural issues in the future. Hi Helen. And that again added sort of another £800 to our project, which is not a big problem, but it's all these little things that added up. It's so important to have contingencies in place. Now, the lesson that I want to share is the importance of having a really strong and good power team in place. Now, I know everybody says that. Everyone says, you've got to have a really good builder, you've got to have a really good project manager. But, why am I saying this? Reason is because when we were choosing our builders, we nearly went with someone else who, the other team, they were like £2,000 cheaper. But the reason why, we decided to went with our existing ones is because when I sort of talked to the builder, I knew he was the man who has experience, he knows how to do things. You asked him a question, he'll explain, in all details for like the next sort of 5-10 minutes or so. And particularly when you look at his hands, you know he's a man who's done a lot of hard work with years and years of experience. He knows what he's talking about. And, you know, for the sort of £2,000, I was thinking, man, you know, he will know. He knows exactly what he needs to do. So that was the reason why we went ahead with him. Now, the other problem that building control has given us is one of the bedroom, it has quite a large sort of window, and the exterior wall only had about 600 millimeters. So as a result, it is not enough to provide the support it needs to the property. So building control has then essentially said, you know, we need to put in additional structural support. And to do this, we'll then have to dig the floor up and put in cement and a whole lot of things that, to be honest, I don't even understand. But all that means is, you know, potentially it could cost us about £15,000 more to do, which obviously was not acceptable. So what our builders then did was he, along with the project manager and some of his builders' friends, you know, they came around to our property, spent about an hour in there, had a look, in and out, and then they came out with this idea of putting in additional steel beam on both sides of the wall and a steel beam across as well. So that turned out to be a cheaper solution, and we managed to get a structural surveyor to come around, signed off on that. So yes, you know, we've had to incur £3,000 more just on that, but at least it's not £15,000. And these sort of things, you know, you've got to build that into your contingencies. You know, don't expect your build cost to be, you know, the project in itself was about £50,000 and our contingency was about £5,000. So, you know, it has come up to a, you know, within our budget. So it's within our budget. And again, you know, I just can't stress how important it is to have a good project manager who knows what they're doing, who've dealt with building controls before. A builder's, you know, a building team are good and they know what they're doing. So I hope you guys find this useful. I will post some pictures on my Facebook in a minute so you guys know what I'm talking about. And I hope you find this beneficial. If you have any questions or would like to see any further pictures and details about our project, please let me know. Happy Sunday, everyone. Have a good week ahead, and I will see you next week. Take care.